Hi, hello, my dear students. Very good morning to all. How are you? I am fine. Yesterday, we are discussing about the chapter 2 acids, bases, and salts. In this lesson, yesterday we are discussing about the acids, is acids conduct electricity or not, and some more activities in that lesson. I hope that all of you understand this topic. Now, today we are discussing about very interesting in this lesson. Okay, that is pH scale and importance of pH in everyday life. Here we are discussing about how strong are acid or base solutions, and we have to learn universal indicator and understanding the pH scale and H plus and OH minus concentration, and we have to do some activities are there, and importance of pH in everyday life. Okay, these are the topics to learn today. I hope that all of you ready to learn this lesson. Okay, very good. Now let us start the lesson. In the first topic is how strong are acids or base in solutions. We know how acid base indicators can be used to distinguish between the acid and base. We have also learned in the previous section about dilution and decrease in concentration of H plus or OH minus ions in solutions. Can we quantitatively find the amount of these ions present in the solution? Can we judge how strong a given acid or base is? We can do this by making use of a universal indicator, which is a mixture of several indicators. The universal indicator shows different colors at different concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. Okay. Now, in the previous classes, we learned how acids and bases are identified using indicators. But today, we are going to answer two important questions. Can we measure how acidic or basic a solution is? And how will scientists know whether an acid is strong or weak? To answer these questions, we use something is called pH scale. First, we have to learn about universal indicator. We can do this by making use of a universal indicator, which is a mixture of several indicators. The universal indicator shows different colors at different concentrations of hydrogen ions in a solution. So, a universal indicator is a mixture of several indicators. Okay? A universal indicator is a mixture of several indicators. Unlike litmus paper, it does not simply say acid or base. Instead, it changes into many different colors depending on the concentration of hydrogen ions. Each color represents a different pH value. Okay? Here, universal indicator helps scientists measure how strong an acid or base solution is using the pH scale. Okay, now let us know the pH scale. Here, what is pH scale? In the figure, varies of pH with the change in concentration of H plus ion or OH minus ions. Here we have to remember this. If pH less than 7 means the solution is acidic. pH exactly 7 means it is neutral, and pH greater than 7 means basic or alkaline. It is shown in this figure. Here we have to 0 to 6 between the pH values of are between 0 to 6, that is acidic, and the pH values are between 8 to 14, that is basic, and the pH value is at 7, that is neutral. Okay, this is the how all of you remember this scale values, in which values are acids and in which values are from which values are basic and which values are neutral. Okay, here we have to remember this. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. Here we have to see. Remember these 3 points. pH less than 7 means the solution is acidic, and pH exactly 7 means it is neutral, and pH greater than 7 means it is basic or alkaline. Okay, the lower the pH is, the stronger the acid. That means which number is lowest in this pH scale, that is strong acid, and the higher the pH, the stronger the base. That means which value is highest in the pH scale, that is strong base. Okay, now we have to discussing about H plus and OH minus ions concentration. Here we have to give that values of concentration values of H plus and OH minus ions in the figure shown. Here the values between 0 to 6 are H plus ions. In this case, this the concentration is increases between from 6 to 0. Which value is least, that that acid is strong H plus ion. That acid contains strong H plus ions concentration. So acidity is increased by 6 to 0. Okay, and in base, in the case of base, the OH minus ions concentration is rises up to 8 to 14. Okay, which number is highest base, that is highest OH minus ion concentration. So acidity is increases the values of 6 to 0, and basic nature is increases the values of 8 to 14. Okay, this is the pH tells us how strong an acid or base. Okay, here observe carefully this diagram. Towards the left, hydrogen ion concentration is increases, so acidity is increases. In towards the right, the hydrogen is hydroxide is concentration, hydroxide ion concentration is increases, so basic nature is increases. So which which liquid have lower pH, that is strong acid, which liquid pH is higher, that is strong base. Okay, so in this way we have to know the which acid is strong and which acid or base are strong or weak. To know, learn this using pH scale. Okay, now here give some activity. Activity 2.11. Here we have to give some liquids. Test the pH values of solutions given in the table 2.2. Okay, now we have to record your observations. What is the nature of each substance on the basis of your observations. Okay, we have to test this liquids. The solutions are using color of pH paper, approximate value of pH paper, nature of substance. Okay, we have to note these 3 values in this table 2.2. Okay, now Let us perform activity 2.11. We check the pH value of different everyday substances using universal indicator paper. Okay. For examples, lemon juice, coffee, tomato juice, tap water, sodium hydroxide solution, hydrochloric acid. Observe the colors carefully and compare it with the pH chart. Okay. Now here we have to test these values. The results common pH values are here pH of some common substances shown on the pH paper. These colors are only error of guide. Okay. In gastric juice, its pH is 1.2, that is acidic, okay, strong acid. And lemon juice, its pH value is 2.2, so it is also strong acid. And pure water blood pH is 7.4, so it is neutral. And milk of magnesia, this pH value is 10, so it is basic nature. Okay. And sodium hydroxide, its pH value is 14, it is very basic, so it is strong base. In this chart, gastric juice is strong acid and sodium hydroxide is strong base. Okay. Once again we have to, what we learn in this topic, again we have to remember. Look at this pH chart, pH color charts. Gastric juice has a pH of 1.2. Lemon juice is around 2.2. Pure water is close to 7. Milk of magnesia has pH of about 10. Sodium hydroxide solution has pH of 14. Okay, these values help us compare different substances. Okay, all of you remember this 2.2 table to do this activity with your own, the help of your class teacher, and note the values of given table. Okay, this way we have to test the pH values of different solutions. Okay, now what are the importance of pH in our daily life? pH is useful to different ways in our life. For example, here we have to give some activities. That is plants. Plants and animals are pH sensitive. Okay. Here living organisms can survive only with a limited pH range. Our body works between pH value of 7 to 7.8. When acid rain falls into rivers and lakes, the pH is decreases. As a result, many aquatic plants and animals cannot survive, so they are died in this acid rains. So many aquatic plants and animals cannot survive. This pH is decrease. Okay. And pH in our digestive system. Here, our stomach produces hydrochloric acid, that is HCl. It helps digest food. Sometimes too much acid causes indigestion. Doctors recommended antacids. Milk of magnesia contains magnesium hydroxide, that is MgOH twice, which neutralizes excess acid and provides relief. Okay, here we have to decrease the hydrochloric acid in our stomach. We have to use antacid, that is magnesium hydroxide. Okay, and self defense by plants and animals. Here a honeybee sting injects an acidic substance, causes pain. Applying baking soda, a mild base, on the sting area helps neutralize the acid and gives relief. Okay, this is the neutralize one acid and base reacts in salts and water. So it is neutralization. And another use of pH is soil pH activity. All of to grow plants and do agriculture. First, they are the farmers are testing the soil, and is it used to do agriculture or grow plants or not. Then they put the seeds on the ground. Okay, so put about 2 grams of soil in test tube and add 5 ml water to it. Shake the contents of the test tube. Filter the contents and collect the filtrate in a test tube. Check the pH of this filtrate with the help of universal indicator paper. What can you conclude about the ideal soil pH for the growth of plants in your region? Okay, plants require here plants require suitable soil pH for healthy growth. Different plants grow well in different soil pH values. Farmers often test soil before selecting crops. Okay, this is the use of pH in soil pH activity. And tooth decay. We are always eating food with our teeth. So teeth is always crushing, and the food is over our teeth. So the food particles convert into acids and it attacks the teeth. So it causes to form tooth decay. Okay, how much pH is in our mouth to cause tooth decay is when the pH inside our mouth falls below 5.5, tooth enamel begins to dissolve. Bacteria convert food particles into acids which attack the teeth. Brushing with basic toothpaste neutralizes the acids and helps prevent tooth decay. Okay, so we have to brush to every day because the acid is neutralized to our toothpaste. That means in the toothpaste have basic nature. So toothpaste is basic and it neutralizes our acids in our mouth. Okay, so basic toothpaste neutralizes acid and helps prevents tooth decay. So every day we are compulsory using brush and clean our teeth. Okay, next, these are the uses of pH in our daily life. Now, nettle plant. Here, nettle plant containing methanoic acid in their tiny hairs. When the hair touch the skin, they break and release the acid, causing a burning sensation. Okay, what happens? The hair contains methanoic acid, which causes stinging and burning. Okay, these are the effect of nettle plant. Okay, these are the importance of pH values in our daily life. Now, naturally occurring acids. Here, some naturally occurring acids daily life we have to see in our surroundings. What are they? First one is vinegar. This is acetic acid. It is called also acetic acid. It is used to found in vinegar used in cooking. Okay, and preserve some pickles also. Okay, next, lemon and orange. Lemon and orange contain citric acid. This as it is used to this lemon and orange used to found in citric fruits like lemon and orange. Okay. Next, tamarind. This is also used every day in our cooking. Okay. So this tamarind is contain tartaric acid found in tamarind pulp used to food. And tomato. This is in this tomato, the tomato contains oxalic acid. It is also used in our daily life food. So found in tomatoes. Next, curd, that is called also sour milk. In this curd contain lactic acid. In this acid is found in curd is sour milk. It is comes from make for milk. And ant sting and nettle sting. These are containing methanoic acid. So this is also found in ant sting and nettle plants. Okay, these are the daily we have to see in our surroundings. So once again, what we learn in this natural natural acids about natural acids. Vinegar contains acetic acid. Lemon and orange contain citric acid. Tamarind contains tartaric acid. Tomato contains oxalic acid. Curd contains lactic acid. Ant sting and nettle sting contains methanoic acid. Okay. Once again, we have to remember, recap the what we learned. Here, the pH value contains the values of 0 to 14. In our body, pH is 7 to between the 7 to 7.8. And plants and soil healthy growth, the acidic value of pH is less than 7. So, if the soil pH is less than 7, it is used to grow plants healthy. Okay. If in our stomach digestion value of pH is 7 and the pH value of tooth decay tooth is healthy tooth. The pH value is basic of pH value is greater than 7. Okay. So the pH value, if the pH value is greater than 7, then we have to safe to tooth decay. Okay. And environment also. So environment also contain greater than pH of pH value is greater than 7. So we have to protect the acid rain. Okay. And water. These are the classroom recap. And let's quickly revise today's lesson. pH means pH measures acidity and basicity. pH ranges from 0 to 14. pH less than 7 means acidic. pH is 7 means neutral. pH greater than 7 it means basic. pH plays an important role in our body, plants, soil, digestion, tooth health and environment also. These are the learn today's lesson. Now we have to give some questions to you. Now students, I have to give some questions to you. If you have what you understand this topic today, you have to write these questions on your notebook and answer the questions. What is the pH of a neutral solution? Why is universal indicator better than litmus paper? Why are antacids used during indigestion? At what pH does tooth decay begins? Name 4 naturally occurring acids. Why is soil pH important for plant growth? Okay, using the table of pH. Okay, now we are learn very important topic today. So excellent in the next class. Excellent. Okay. We will continue learning more interesting concept from the chapter acid, bases and salts. Until until then, observe the pH related examples around you and keep exploring science. Okay? All of my dear children, keep learning. Always, all of you keep learning with everything. You are develop yourself. Okay? So, you have to closely observe the lesson and understand the topics deeply, strongly. So, I hope that all of my dear children understand this topic today. Acid, bases and salts in subtopic is pH values. Okay? The importance of pH in our daily life. I hope that all of my dear children understand this topic. If you have any doubts, please ask in comments. Please, thanks to watch my channel. Once again, I have to remember this. If my content is interested to you, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay? Thank you. Bye. We have to meet again in our next class.